welcome to QuestLore, a family Lorcana podcast. I'm Jen.
I'm Emmett. I'm Malcolm.
I'm Matt.
And this week we're going to start like we do every other week and talk about our weekly league play. What?
So today, this week we actually went into the Lorcana tournament.
No, that was last weekend.
No.
Yeah, that was last
That
Sunday.
was two last time, Emmett.
Yep, the set championships ended this past Sunday, so
Yes.
your store should have had them last week.
So
and
Matt,
it ended Sunday, so
Matt has done Matt and Malcolm both have done some tournaments since our last podcast. So I guess we can talk about those first,
Yep.
and then talk about our regular weekly league play. Okay?
Yeah.
Let's start with that.
So yeah, we went to another tournament. It was a pretty big one. It was like 30 some people were there, so it was going to be 5 rounds. I ended up going 3-2, finishing 9th, just out of the top 8.
I got like 12.
Yeah. So something.
Not bad.
Yeah, pretty good work for you.
Oh, good too.
Yeah, nice. So something that's come up with a lot with these set championships are intentional draws. Where people will say we're going to draw, we'll get our point, and then we'll guarantee ourselves a spot.
Because how the point system works is you get 3 points for a win, and that so you play 3 matches. It's best 2 out of 3. If you win 2 matches, you get 3 points. If you end up losing, you get 0 points. But if you draw, you get 1 point. And so sometimes people will choose to intentionally draw to give themselves a break if they're pretty sure that they're going to make it, or if it'll ensure that both players make it.
Yeah, this is perfectly legal in Lorcana. It's in the rules that yes, you can do this. There's nothing outlawing it. There is some in some of the other trading card games. So it's brought up a couple of people like discussing whether or not it should be allowed. Right now, it is allowed. If Ravensburger changes that, then they change that. But right now, it's allowed. What stung is at the end of my last game, we were 1-1, and so I looked over to the only reason we were playing is because we were right on the bubble, and we needed to play to make sure we were gaining a spot. Looking over to the other people that could have taken over our spot, I noticed that the person that needed to win didn't win. So if we drew right then.
And at that point, you had both won 1 game, right? It was
Yes,
1-1 at that point.
Yep. If we drew right then, and I offered my hand and say, let's draw, we both make it, we could make it. Completely was his choice, completely fine with it, but he did choose to let's play it out, and he just rushed in and was able to take me out. Both my losses that day were to Steel Song Suits. I'm playing a Ruby Amethyst control deck, no item removal, so he got both times, or every time I lost, like the opponent got at least 2 to 3 flutes out, and at that point it's just a timer with those decks, like 10 turns later I'm going to lose unless I get to 24 first. So, yeah, it's a bummer, but, I still had a great time the whole week. It was fun playing. I'm looking forward to more of these in the future. What about you guys? You guys looking forward to doing this again?
Yeah, it was super fun.
Mhm.
So how did you like the tournament, Malcolm, that you did on Saturday?
It was fun.
Yeah. Anything else? Did you see any interesting decks that you played?
No.
I
I played a
dropped
lot of
This is what it's
Steel
like
Song.
to have a 12-year-old.
I played a lot of Steel Song.
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
a lot of that.
And I played a lot of like not Steel Song. It was a Ruby.
A Ruby Steel deck?
No, not a Ruby Steel. A Ruby Amber.
Yeah,
Ooh,
so that's the
interesting.
Mufasa deck.
Oh, right.
Awesome.
Yes.
Mufasa deck is interesting because it can kind of get really aggressive and
Mhm.
it kind of has a defense to the removal that Ruby normally has. In that when you get rid of Mufasa, another character comes out.
Yeah.
And when I've ever tried out that deck, the character that usually comes out for me is like the 1-drop Helene. Essentially worthless. When I'm playing against it, it's usually a Maleficent. Or
Yeah, it's a
something else
oh
that
yeah,
would
that's it, because
destroy
I
it.
played that deck.
Yeah.
And it was either because I remember at our tournament, I played that, or was it our tournament or was this past week?
It was our tournament.
Yeah, it was. So I played that deck, and yeah, when that happened to me, and we were 1-1, and I was very close to winning, and then when his Mufasa went away, he pulled a Madame Medusa,
Yeah.
and so Like that was it. Like my game was over.
Yeah, that hurts. So I guess now that we're done with this at championships, if there's one piece of advice you guys would give to someone going to one of these, what's the number one thing they should think of?
Try to get a bunch of try to get as be prepared for flutes. No, just be prepared.
Just have a be prepared in your deck.
No, be prepared for these 3 cards that I'm giving you right now.
Oh, okay. What are they?
1, be prepared.
Okay.
2, flutes.
Flutes.
3,
Okay.
the awful, hideous, most monstrous card in all Wakanda history.
Pirate Piglet.
The one that everybody plays if they are in amber. Pirate Piglet.
I knew it was going to be Pirate
I thought
Piglet.
it was you were gonna say
It's funny because I just added Pirate Piglet into my deck.
I mean,
So anyway, I would say, I know we talked about this when we first started talking about how to prepare, but the food and drink thing is definitely something, because I know um, I found that many people were going to 3 games, and many people were taking all or almost all of the time, and so even though like where our home store has a noodle bar there, we can order food. It's not like noodles are super easy to eat while you're in the middle of a game of cards. If you don't have at least 15-20 minutes in between. Now, like if you're able to win or lose in 2 games, then sure, you'll have like 15 to 20 minutes in between. You can go get some real food and eat it. But I'm pretty sure I only had 1 game where I did not play 3, which is great. That meant it was super fun. It was super close. But the food and drink situation is definitely something to prepare for. Bring some sandwiches, bring some snacks. And so that's definitely something that I know we're going to keep in mind as we're preparing for Chicago in just over a month.
Make sure you have quick snacks.
Yes.
Because I know that's what I didn't think of. Like, I didn't want to eat something where I felt full and like got an upset stomach, and I was like already had nerves like going in, so I didn't eat a super heavy like lunch before the first couple because I didn't want those nerves or anything. And like by the end of the 3rd game, I'm like starving and I'm like grabbing a protein bar and eating it like fast with my hands like some kind of garbage raccoon, right?
Panda.
Trash panda.
Like a trash panda. I'm just sitting there trying to starve something down in between rounds because almost all of mine like went right to time, like especially that last one, that last day. So the last one, right, last Saturday, I'm like, okay, I know what to do now. Me and Malcolm went to Cadoba beforehand. I got a bowl. He's eating tacos, so we ate good before we went in, figuring, yes, I need to do this. And then still, 3 matches later, all of them had gone to time, and I'm ripping through my bag for a protein bar like a trash panda.
So it didn't matter whether you had a light lunch or
so
a
it doesn't matter because
trash pandas are correct.
What's a bowl?
A bowl, that's like when mom and dad go to Cadoba, we usually it's like a taco, but it's in a bowl. We don't get it in a shell.
I don't usually have this problem.
That's what we get every time.
So stay tuned for more Cadoba orders. So.
By the way, we are a Cadoba family and not a Chipotle family. So sorry if that offends anybody, but okay.
Okay, fantastic. Anyways, I thought because you're thinking that you're really just sitting there playing cards, you're not doing physical activity, but just the playing is mentally exhausting. You are like using your energy to play. It's a lot of.
It's a lot of thinking.
Yes. Basically, playing Disney cardboard chess. So
Disney cardboard chess.
You killed me. Anyway, so make sure you're bringing snacks. Make sure they're quick snacks, and make sure you don't like quick snacks only. But just make sure that's my number one takeaway.
Yeah.
Is like I need to eat better prior, and then make sure I have quick snacks ready to go.
But I will say, also like be aware of the people around you. Like if you are going to bring quick snacks that are like high allergen foods, just make sure you're asking like the people around you, like, and not just bringing a whole bunch of, possible problems for people. Especially if you are doing a big tournament, you're playing with people you don't know. Um, we don't want to cause any problems. So, be careful about that as well.
Also, don't blame us.
Don't blame us. Yes. But anyway, so tournaments were super fun. We enjoyed them. I hope that they do them again. Maybe, maybe twice a year. I feel like would be a good time for this.
I'm thinking there's a good chance of getting them once.
A quarter? Do you
Yeah.
think so? It could be cool.
I think this was super successful for Lorcana. I think there was so much excitement in like the online community for these things, in our local community too. I have no doubt that we're going to see more of these. I don't know if we'll see one for the upcoming set 4 if they had enough planned, but if they do, great, I'm in.
And here's another thing: if they do continue this, like the enchanted could be from like the last two. So like this was the Into the Inklands one, but they got a set 1 enchanted.
Mhm.
I say for if they do an Ursula's Return, make it a set 2 enchanted. My
Sure.
idea, that would make it way too expensive. Sad boy beast.
Sad boy beast.
Because I'm surprised that there is no sad boy beast. And set 3, make it a Pilot Piglet, because Pilot Piglet is Pilot Piglet and it's the best card ever.
Okay, so the reason I was saying like twice a year is because the whole summer is going to be filled up with these big tournaments.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking is that, the big Lorcana challenges, like if that's happening in the summer, then twice during the, September to May kind of like school year time, if they did 2 tournaments, like a fall tournament and a spring tournament, and then in the summer had the big ones, I think that would be like a good way to do it.
Sure.
So that's just my thoughts.
So we'll see what they do. We'll probably hear something if they're going to do a set championship. I imagine we're going to hear something within the next couple of weeks that they're going to have to announce that, get the stores to re-sign up for everything. Anyway, so after Saturday, basically all of us were like, we're not doing any more of these tournaments. Let's just go and play, have some fun, and play at a local store during our league time.
Especially because we knew a lot of the other heavy hitters at our store were at other tournaments.
That worked so well for me, but Jen, how did you do?
So I did pretty well. I went 2-1. So I'm still playing Steel Song, but I did, after observing what everybody else was having success with at the tournaments, I did make some changes to my Steel Song deck to make it what I felt like was more competitive. I added some Pirate Piglets in. I added some flutes in. I was running the Surfer Stitch. I switched it back for my Rockstar Stitch. And I don't remember what else I put in. But so I switched some stuff out. I'm still playing the Pluto's 1-drops. I'm still playing my Kita body. Oh, I threw in the large Kita. That's right.
What's the point of the large Kita?
Well, so the large Kita works well for my deck because the strategy for Steel Song is to flood the board. Not flood the board. Flood the board with cards to get a lot of lore. But the problem is that other decks have heavy hitters that can take out a lot of your cards. What Kita does is it makes it so that everybody on the board has -3 attack for one whole turn. And so that gives you kind of like a little bit of cushion to prevent the other person from killing you. Like a Maui now only has a 2 attack or 3 attack. Right? 3 attack. But still, a 3 attack doesn't get rid of a Robin Hood, where the 6 attack did. It's just a little bit of a cushion to help keep my cards out there.
Yeah, makes sense. Mm-hmm. Emmett, how about you?
I did 1, 2. So the first one I played was.
Mhm.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the only person that beat me, by the way, was this guy.
Yeah, it was a strange thing. Like when first round pairings came up, it was me versus Jen and Malcolm versus Emmett. That never happened. But with a smaller crowd, it was down to have a chance of occurring. So,
And me and Dad get up on top of those. And of course, Malcolm beat me. Violent piglet. Okay, second match was I think the second match was a pretty good. And fun fact, I actually battled all the kids.
Yeah, there was actually new kids that they were there, so it was nice. It was like the kid of two people who have played at our store a few times. I think they played somewhere else before. Where did you get plastic from, Zelda? Um, so anyway, so yeah, it was really fun. We always love seeing new people play.
The person was okay Jack. Like I forget what it was.
But then how about the third person?
He had like locations and a goat.
Yep.
Goat.
Well, he was playing a newer deck. He was a newer player. He didn't really have a super heavy hitting deck.
And I'm mad at what the third player did. And then me and you know what the third player did?
He prepared you?
No.
What?
Trio of pilot piglets.
Oh no, not again.
And then me and Dad both lost on it.
And Malcolm, I mean, what were you doing this time? How'd you do overall?
I went 2-1 because the first match I beat Emmett. Then I lost the one of the good players, the good player, probably the best player there. And then I went against Dad.
Yeah. And you took me out. I've been playing the Ruby Amethyst control deck
forever.
For the past couple months, all week I was playing it, so I thought, well, I'll try something new. And I tried out the Sapphire and Ruby Pawpsicle deck that ramps really fast, and then you kind of take control from there. That deck has a big weakness to aggressive decks. Which I immediately ran into two of.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was like.
And mine was aggressive enough where I almost beat you, but not quite.
So they're running into aggressive with that deck. It shows that that deck has just too much of a glaring weakness. I understand there's a lot of hype around it right now. People think it is one of the better decks right now that you could be playing. However, I think the weakness to aggressive is too big, and you have to hit cards just right in order to really be able.
Yeah, because if you don't get that lucky diamond, the Tamatoa, like you're done.
It's not so much that; it's the ramping stuff at the beginning. So
and getting all the
control of the board. Like once I take control of the board, I can just take control and it's fine.
Yeah.
Right? But if you're playing an aggressive deck where you have Arthurs and Piglets and all the other ones that quest for 2 and 3 out, it's really difficult for me to kind of get control of that before they win the game on my turn 5.
Right.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
I have a question of you speaking of items.
Sure.
What is the most used item in all of your cards? How about the popsicle?
Popsicle, I see a lot. I mean, lanterns?
Set 1, it's going to be lanterns and fishbone quills.
And fishbone quills, yeah.
From set 2, popsicle.
Popsicle, I guess. Maybe the flutes.
Yeah, and then the spell books.
And spell books are popular.
3.
I don't even know what items were in set 3.
The Lucky Dime.
The Lucky Dime, probably.
Oh, yeah, Lucky Dime.
So all sapphires.
Maui's fishhook.
Oh, right.
What does that do?
So when you use it, if Maui's out, you can use it for free. If Maui's not out, you have to pay 2. And then you can give someone either +3, +2 or 3 strength, or you can make them evasive.
Do you have to pay to do that, or you just tap it to do it?
If Maui's out, you don't have to pay. If Maui is out, you have to pay 2.
And you
every time you tap it?
Yeah.
Okay. Tapping is exerting.
No.
All right. So fun week of league play. Yep. Can't wait to. We're halfway through, or just over, or a third of the way through.
I don't know what they're gonna.
I don't know
when they're gonna start it. Technically, I think we're only.
Well, we just finished our first. Or we just finished week 5 of our league.
Right. Technically, they're supposed to do like 12 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're going to do all 12 weeks because it's only 2 weeks away before you get to Ursula's return.
But 2 weeks is opening night.
Yeah. More importantly so Ursula's return comes out on May 17th. More importantly, the boys, it's not your opening night. It's your Friday night performance where you show Awesome Wonderland Jr.
Yeah.
So super exciting for us. By the way, we'll limit some of our events that we can obtain, that we can go to regarding Ursula's return release. But we'll still have plenty of cards to open and talk about.
By the way, so I was thinking if there is a Thursday night midnight release, like the Friday they have the school plays, where they take the day off of school and have a afternoon performance. So maybe we all play hooky on that Friday.
I'm already taking that Friday off.
So I'm saying the three of us though, because we have to go do so the group that they always do the play with, they always do one during the day so that schools can come take a field trip to it. So if we're going to be taking that Friday off of school anyway, then maybe if they have a midnight draft.
Well, so the stores. Well, we can talk about it later. But the stores around us, the one over in Southgate, that's farther south of us, does a regular tournament, or maybe a seal thing. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll take a look and see what people are doing.
Hopefully.
And go from there. But these kids also have 2 performances the next day. I'm not sure they can stay up until 3 or 4 a.m. So, and that's part of the issues when you are a family playing card games. Yes. That maybe you can't always do those late night things. So that we can do other fun things like be in shows instead.
Yes.
But we got 2 weeks till Ursula's return. They've got 2 weeks to the show.
Will return.
It is May.
It is May.
Ursula will return.
There you go.
It's gonna be.
Okay. Hey, guys, I know it's fun to whisper in the microphones, but it doesn't translate well, so let's just talk.
Yes, remember.
Okay. No more whispering. All right, so let's start. So this week and next week too as well, right? We're just super psyched for Ursula's return. We're going to be talking about the cards that have been released. We're not going to go over all of them because it is too many. They're coming out of fast clip. We'll look at some of the ones I picked out, mostly rares or super rares and legendaries as they come out. And then, so that's the plan for this week and next week. And then the week after, if we find the time with the boys' show going up, we'll go through some cards you'll probably want to grab during a draft if you are able to grab one. We'll go with some specific cards that you should look for in a draft. Maybe even cards that you shouldn't grab that you think you should in a draft. So we've got that coming up. But let's take a look at our first card this week. It is a location. It's Ariel's Grotto, a secret place. It's a 2-cost inkable, costs 2 to move, has a willpower of 7, and has the ability Treasure Trove. When you have 3 or more items in play, this location gets +2 lore.
This is very powerful. This is probably going to work well with the
Tamatoa deck.
Yes. So
because almost like more than probably like half of the items were kind of like that.
Yeah, and I really like this because like that's what Ariel's Grotto is. It's full of like stuff. Like it's just full of like a ton of stuff. So it makes sense that you would want a lot of items in there. But it also makes me think that maybe we'll get some cool Little Mermaid items.
We do have the Trident. The Trident.
Sure.
We have the Dingle Hopper, don't we?
Well, yes, Dingle Hopper is an item.
I don't know what it does.
I believe it heals you or something. No one uses it. But you're already playing Pawpsicles. A lot of them are playing Shields, a Virtue, Fishbones. So this could just be more items that see play, and then you could instead of playing, you have a bunch of items in play right now. Popular card that people use like the McDuck Manor, which costs 4 and willpower 9, but then it gets you that 2 lore. This
only costs 2.
Only costs 2, so you can play 2 of these for the cost of like 1 McDuck Manor and still get the same amount of lore. So this is possibly a location that could see some play.
Also, that's what I would love to see in my hideout. I would love to see beautiful Pawpsicles and seals and fishbowl and
fishbowl
bones of a fish
and the binding contract.
I think those are like actually hers. Like,
that's probably true, especially the last one.
Sure.
Okay, let's look at our next one here. It's the Wall.
What is this one?
Steel card. This is from
Mulan. Mulan. It's the Great Wall of China.
It's a 4-cost inkable. Costs 2 to move here. Willpower of 8, has special ability Protect the Realm. While you have an exerted character here, your other locations can't be challenged. Making it kind of a bodyguardish type thing.
for
all
locations.
for locations.
That
Interesting.
makes sense. Like that's the only way you can make a bond going for location.
That's
Right.
interesting.
So you can attack, obviously you can attack the user or character, or you can just attack the location to kind of get through it, but it does give a little bit of protection to your other locations so they can't just get wiped out right away. So if you wanted a location where you're like, every time I play this, it gets ruined, people walk all over it, put up a wall and see if that stops them.
Interesting.
Looking at our next card, we have Belle.
She's so pretty.
Another shiftable bell.
Yep, it's a 5-cost inkable amethyst card, 4 strength, 4 willpower, bloodborne that shifts for 3, quests for 2, and special ability enchanted healing. When you play this character, move up to 3 damage counters from chosen character to chosen opposing character.
Oh, wow.
It's an important thing here where it talks about 2 damage counters and moving them because that kind of gets around resist.
Yeah.
So it doesn't come from resist. So it's kind of I showed this card because I like the art. Her kind of
yeah,
making
she's
that
so
rose
beautiful.
wine,
Yeah.
things move around.
And at the bottom it says, the mix ink has changed more than just the rose.
Yep. So this is a pretty cool looking card. I'm not sure how useful, like the whole moving damage counters thing hasn't been too useful yet.
But I could see this in Amethyst Ruby with Maui. You know.
It's hard to play this around something else.
Sure.
4 strength like helps it out, so that makes it like produce a groove, right? So that helps some. It's just the move. There have been some characters that can move damage counters in the current Into the Inkland set. They just don't see a whole lot of use, but I think the card just looks too good to ignore.
Yeah, it's
so definitely, just based on art alone, looks great. Be cool if this is another enchanted. I think this goes right up there for one, right?
Yeah.
It is so pretty.
Okay, next.
Ooh, Atlantica.
This was revealed by the citizens of Lorcana. This is Atlantica. It's an amber card. It's an amber location. Cost is 1 and it's inkable. Cost 2 to move there, 6 willpower, no lore during the set phase, but has the special ability Underwater Acoustics. Characters count as having +2 cost to sing songs while here. So you can all of a sudden make any of your characters a singer.
Interesting.
So basically make any of them an aerial, play them on turn 3, move them over here on turn 2, and then you can sing a 5-cost song.
And not only that, but like this will really help with the new sing along dynamic.
Sing together.
The sing together.
This with Maleficent Dragon. This can sing all those 10 drops.
Sure, there you go. Yeah, I can sing all the 10 drops. I'm more thinking of it and mix it with the Ursula singer.
Yeah.
That double sings. So now she can double sing any 5-cost song. So double sing any 5-cost song in Amber and Emerald. But that still gives you things like that we don't talk about with the card last week. But now they're choosing 2 cards.
Yeah.
You just card 1.
Yeah. And Strength of a Raging Fire.
Well, so.
Oh no, that's Steel.
She
that's
Steel,
right?
But now you're 1-cost characters if you're playing Steel song.
Atlantis.
No, this is from.
Isn't it?
Little Mermaid. So this would be like where everyone sings.
Oh right, okay.
So now your 1-cost cards are all Cinderella ballroom sensations, right?
Yeah.
It has power. It has potential to be a decent card. It is a lot to move there, so it's like.
That's what I'm looking at is like because with my Steel Song deck, like again, like getting extra ink like this isn't always the easiest.
Yep.
So that is the thing that is kind of really making me like, do I really want to?
Yeah, it's an interesting card. I figured something would be giving people this ability, and here you go. This is what's doing it. One of these locations. All right, let's look at what's next.
From Bruno.
We don't come from
Encanto.
It's an emerald item, a 3-cost inkable vision slab. Has 2 abilities. The first is danger revealed. At the start of your turn, if an opposing character has damage, gain 1 more.
Whoa.
And then trapped. Damage counters can't be removed. so you can't heal people. You can't heal them from people. Like all of a sudden, like you're playing Rapunzel.
So anytime this is out,
Right.
it's
Wait.
not to be tapped. It's just there.
Yep.
That is gross.
I'm trying to find.
I don't like that at all because I use Rapunzel a lot, like in combination with my Robin Hoods. So I
Yeah,
don't like
it's-
that at all.
It is a
Wait a minute.
very gross card.
This card seems to have a lot of rules. Theo Bruno, what's happening to me? We have to help.
Mhm.
Because it looks like that.
It looks like Bruno is being attacked by something.
Well, because we remember in the lore video, like Bruno was like under Ursula's spell. It looked like so.
Yeah, because so remember the whole Ursula's Return, this whole story of like everyone going to attack Ursula. It looks like Ursula has put a bunch of people under her power. Like that's going to be that game, is we're going to be fighting people that Ursula is now controlling.
Yeah.
So
Cool. I don't like it. Gross.
yeah, another.
Like I'm sure somebody playing Emerald would like it, but I don't like it.
Okay, let's look at our next card.
Casita.
This is Casita. It's Casa Madrigal. It's an amethyst location. It's a 1-cost inkable. Costs 1 to move here. Willpower of 6. Special ability: our home. At the start of your turn, if you have a character here, game over.
Wow, for
I'm
only one
adding
cost?
this to my deck.
Yeah.
This is a really good card for me.
Yeah, because it's cheap and it's inkable, and it's cheap to move stuff there.
Yeah, it's
And it's
okay.
in the.
It's
and
okay.
it's in the Agro stage.
Like it could be work for my deck, I guess.
maybe. I think maybe the lower costing Neverland that just lets you get stuff without having to spend
That's
money
true.
is probably better. Because that just gets you the lore. This you have to have characters here to game.
Yeah, but it has like a higher defense, is what I was saying. Most
A
saying, but
little
yeah,
bit, yeah. But then you're spending ink to move people here.
that's true.
When you an aggressive deck, you'd rather spend ink to play a body.
That's true.
Or another
Very true.
location that will give you more. So I just showed this because it's Casita.
It's
I
Casita!
know we have been excited about it.
Yes.
I was hoping for something a little bit bigger, but you
Yeah.
know, at least Casita is here, right?
And we were hoping that if it was Casita, that it would be like you get like if it was like an additional lore for every person here because you want a lot of people in, Casa Madrigal, like that would have made more sense. But she's still a pretty card.
Yep.
We love Casita.
Mini Casita.
Let's look at our next one.
Oh, Isabel! Isabella.
Madrigal, the Golden Child. It's a 5-cost
Evasive.
Um,
Welcome.
strength 3, willpower 4. She's evasive. Quest for 1. Has 2 abilities. First, ladies first. During your turn, if no other character has quested this turn, this character gets +3 lore.
Malcolm, you need to.
Second ability is leave it to me. Whenever this character quests, your other characters can't quest for the rest of this turn.
Oh.
So,
So she
That doesn't
can,
really work with
So
Malcolm.
she can quest for 4, but then nobody else can quest.
right, so you can do some math, like, that way you can quest with her, have the rest of your people attack, and then still get it.
Oh, yeah.
You got the lore there instead of having to make your people quest.
Or you could, if you really wanted to, you could use the seal with this. Or maybe, like, I don't know, quest a sealed and then quest with everyone else.
I don't think you can because it says if she's quested this turn.
Yeah, whenever this character quests, they can't quest for the rest of the turn. So that, I don't think that would apply. It's going to go there. This is a possibly fun card that could see some play, especially with her being evasive. And again, that art is like really, really good.
Really
on these
pretty.
cards.
Yes. Very pretty art.
That would be a cool enchant if they made one of her. Let's look at our next one. Okay. Camilo Madrigal.
Wait, is the Lois
It's
and
a
Bruno?
4-cost inkable card. Camilo Madrigal, the prankster. Strength of 2, willpower 5, and the ability many forms. At the start of your turn, you may choose one. This character gets +1 lore this turn, or this character gains challenger +2 this turn.
Interesting.
Normally just quest for 1. So kind of trying to bring his shapeshifter abilities into the card where basically you get to choose.
So in other words, he's always going to be when he quests, he really always quests for 2. If he's questing.
Yeah, if you're questing with him, you're questing for 2. If you're going to plan to attack with him,
He attacks for 4.
It is important that it does say at the beginning of your turn, so you do kind of have to plan out your whole turn.
Yes.
Right at the start, so that
Yes,
you know what you're
because you
doing.
have to choose one.
Yep.
Also, I love how in the background it says it's either him turning into the Lois or Dino of the card.
Interesting.
I'm gonna guess the Lola is Dolores because like she's healing
That's what
Lola.
I
Yeah.
was saying. Also, I was kind of hoping him to be kind of like Morph, but this works too.
Yeah.
Cool. And they could always make more of these cards.
Yep.
I'm sure we're going to see a lot of the Kanto family in the next few sets. Looking at what's next.
She's
is
so
Aurora.
pretty.
The card is in German, so I do have some translation over here.
Yeah.
It's a 4-cost inkable Aurora. I didn't translate the subtitle, so who knows what. She is a Bloodborne. Strength of 3, willpower 3.
I think it says legendary witch.
Yeah, me too.
She quests for 2 and has 2 abilities. The first is Guardian. Opponents can't choose your items. So basically warding 4 items. So now if you have this in play, no longer can you choose an item to attack with the Benja, with Rise of the Titan, with the Beast, with Break. Any of those can no longer attack items. Additionally, you can tap her. Oh no, I'm not. Don't tap her. Her other ability is Royal Assortment. Tap one of your items. Then look at the top card of your deck. Put it on either the top or the bottom of your deck. So you can use any of your items to do other stuff that have just been sitting there, like your Pawpsicles that just sit there until Hiram comes along and eats them. If you're not going to use your Vision of Will, you can use that. Like, look at what your top card is and decide if that's what you want, or just kind of like work on moving it around so you get the card order that you want.
Interesting.
So it gives more use to items and also protects them.
I hate this because it's going to really help those Tamatoa decks that are already overpowered.
Right. I get that there are a lot of people excited about this card. It is a great card if you are playing items.
And it's a legendary.
It's a super
rare. Oh, super rare, sorry.
And gives you more abilities for your items and kind of look through your cards and figure out what's going on. So it is a great card for that. I want to destroy items. It's my goal in life, really, is to just destroy items. And this does the opposite of that.
Yes.
I wanted to destroy items, not protect them.
Uh-huh.
So this is going to be a great card for anyone playing an item deck.
Yeah.
Something you might want to include, especially if they add more item destruction coming up.
Question.
Yeah.
Why are there 2 Bloodborne Mickey Mouse, 2 Bloodborne Bells, and 2 Bloodborne Aurora?
Well, you see, buddy, there are certain characters that are really popular.
Yes.
And it benefits them too.
And Aurora, Bell, and Mickey Mouse are one of them?
Yes, those are very popular characters, and quite frankly, they'll want to make more cards of those before they make more cards of Bloodborne Baloo.
If you notice, on the Bell card we just saw, there was 2 different color inks. So maybe the 2 different color inks blood to give 2 different Bloodborns. Or when they mix, you get a new Bloodborne, because that's what it said on our card, is when the inks mixed, something weird happens. So
this is Aurora's second Bloodborne card. Her other one is also Sapphire.
But it shakes.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that card I see also can play, because that card does almost what this one does, except it gives more to other characters.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Ability
on
top of it, but
maybe this one uses less ink than the others.
Yeah, it does, because it shifts to less.
Yeah, it shifts at 2, so you can ship this right on turn 2, and you protect your items from.
And that's why, because items are smaller than characters, so less ink would mean it only is able to protect items instead of characters.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think having an ability where you can now give your item board essentially begs for a item wipeout song action, something, to just go through and wreck house on items.
Man, I hope so. Because I need something to take out that Tamatoa deck.
Yeah. Okay, so let's look at our next one. It's Goofy.
Goofy bodyguard, little Goofy bodyguard.
Yeah, it's an amber Goofy musketeer swordsman.
Oh, he's not a bodyguard.
4-cost uninkable. Yep. Strength 3, willpower 4, quests for 2. Has the ability Engorge. Whenever you play a character with bodyguard, you ready this character. He can't quest for the rest of this turn. So it kind of like works with the bodyguards.
Sure.
You can have, musketeers are all bodyguards, so you can play them with this guy and ready him. You can attack twice, or you can quest and then protect him with a bodyguard by not having him be exerted.
Or quest and then protect him, or quest and then attacked.
Yeah, or if you're like using this with an amethyst deck and combining it with crab or a support deck, and you're giving him support, so you're giving him more attack, so you attack with him, put up a bodyguard, attack again, and then he's protected by the bodyguard
trying to make a bodyguard deck work before, so this could help.
Yep, so some more synergy with the bodyguards. That could be cool. But I chose him because it's goofy
And he's
gore.
cool. Oh my gosh.
Let's look at the next one. All right, Jasmine,
Ooh.
Guardian of the Desert. This one's in Italian, and I don't speak Italian. It's a 5-cost, unequal, strength of 3, willpower of 3, quests for 2. Has the ability Smart Maneuver. When you play this character, and each time she is challenged, each opponent chooses and discards a card.
So it would be
protected.
like a discard deck.
Yeah, and it works really fast because as soon as you play her, you're discarding a card, and then I don't know because once again, I don't speak.
I mean,
Italian.
it's not the same thing. The Dexter, bitte, erect, put that.
And
No.
we've confirmed that Emmett does not speak Italian either, so that's
We got like a Joey Tribbiani situation happening over here. Yeah, we go.
Let's look at our next card, which won't be in Italian. This came from the Citizens of Lorcana. It is a Sapphire
Wow.
Royal Treasure Collector. 6-cost, uninkable, strength of 3, willpower 4, has ward, so you can't attack her with spells. Quest for 3, as I think I said, and then has the ability the girl who has everything. While you have more items in play than each opponent, this character gets +2.
Holy crap! 5 lore?
5 lore.
And why?
Yeah.
In a Tamatoa deck? I want to.
What the heck is with this art? I think he's grabbing like someone. Is that?
That's the Inkcaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is grabbing an Inkcaster. You have Flounder.
But wait, that's not. What's their names? What's the boys' names? Martin and Venturo. It's not those. Who's the girl?
It's Shotzi.
Shots.
What happened to Satsi?
I don't know. She got Jumanji'd into Lorcana. They're all out searching for items.
Wasn't she already in Lorcana?
No, she got Jumanji'd into it. It brought her in.
No, but
Jumanji!
No, but Sassi's staff fell when they were fighting Ursula.
So into the ocean.
Yeah.
So Ariel's the one who found it.
And then she turns into the Flood Boy to help fight Ursula.
Yeah. But this is a
Storyborn though. This is nasty.
Yeah. This is another target for
and she's got wards, so you can't even I can't even
So you just leave her there and you just dime her for a couple of turns and all of a sudden you won.
Oh my god.
Don't even quest with her, just dime her.
What does dime mean?
Use the lucky dime.
Dime on her.
So you don't even have to worry about Tamatoa.
No.
But what if
oh my god. I hate it.
What if you're gonna
If they get Be Prepared, then fine. They take her out, but that is the only card.
Because this would take 2 swords.
Yep.
2 grab your swords.
2 grab your swords, or grab your swords and 2 Tinkerbells, or Be Prepared. That's the only way to take her out unless she gets hit.
Oh my god.
So,
no, thank you.
That is a nasty looking card right there.
I mean, I'm glad it's uninkable and costs 6, because holy moly.
So it's going to be I think it's a hard fit in the red, blue Pawpsicle deck, but I think in the steel blue version of it, this fits in nicely. They have room for a 6-cost uninkable. The other one doesn't because they got to use Gaston and stuff
and Be Prepared.
They've got all those uninkable for the removal, but this fits in really nice with the steel blue one.
What's the next one? A white rabbit with, if you have at least 2 items, you gain 3 on a quest for 2. Watch that actually be the card.
Our next one.
Another item.
Is another item. It's the Hidden Inkcaster. It's a 2-cost uninkable with 2 abilities. The first one, Fresh Ink, is always is when you play this item, you draw a card, so it instantly replaces itself. The second ability is Unexpected Treasure. All cards in your hand count as having the ink symbol, so all cards can now be ink.
I mean, it is the Inkcaster.
So, I think this is...
And Flounder's
I think this is probably a pretty good card. There's some debate on it, well, if it just gets destroyed, then you just wasted 2 ink, and now you have all these cards you were planning to ink that you can't ink. Well, it replaces itself, so it's just as good as Pawpsicle, but it does cost more and it's uninkable. So it has things, but it replaces itself. And then that ability at the end, that instantly makes it so you have a ton of resources. And while there is some item removal, it is relegated to a total of 4 or 5 cards in the game.
Yeah. And only a couple colors.
Right, and only in 3 colors right now. And one of them gives you cards.
Yeah.
Because you got Judy Hop can destroy an item, and then, but that lets you draw a card when that happens.
Mm-hmm.
You have the Benja. You have the Hard-Headed Beast, both in steel, and then you've got the Wildcat, who's an emerald, and then that's it. And like Benja works on turn 3, so if you're on the play, like you can get rid of this soon, but not till they've already replaced it with another card in their hand, and they've inked something from their hand because you can use this as soon as you play it.
What is Citizens of Lorcana?
Citizens of Lorcana is another podcast about Lorcana. They are one of the ones that revealed this card, so I just want to make sure that I'm giving them credit for their review.
Okay.
So this
I am also like not liking all of these. Like I feel like everyone's
common card.
I know. Like what the heck?
You're gonna see this like instantly because it's a common card. I know it's uninkable, and there's some debate around it, but yeah, this is.
So I am seeing a ton of item play at these up and coming drafts.
Yeah, there's gonna be lots of item play. Hopefully I have to hope there's more item destruction coming. There are
God, I hope
2
so.
cards I think so far that revealed that kind of disrupts items. One is another steel card that's like an Aladdin on an elephant. I think we went over that like last week when we were talking about different ways of shifting, like a Aladdin that you shift in a different way that then destroys an item. And then you have there's a new song out. I don't think I went over it on this because it just came out today from Amethyst, where it lets you return an item to the person's hand.
What was it?
It was like a Poor Unfortunate Soul song from Amethyst. So there's a little bit, but I'm still expecting like something a little bit more. Because now you have to play those colors with these great items out, or you're just going to instantly lose every time you play that deck.
As the next card is what he's just talked.
I wish it has not come out yet. I'm like begging. I'm on the Discords. I'm like, give me something. This
Phil!
was revealed by Lorcana Academy.
Is that another podcast?
Yes.
Yes. This is a fill card, right? No nonsense instructor. It's a steel, 4-cost inkable, strength of 2, willpower 3, quests for 2. Has 2 abilities. First is you gotta stay focused. Your hero characters gain Challenger +1. So if you have any heroes in play, they get +1 strength. They get +1 strength when they're challenging.
Cool.
The bigger one on this is Shameless Promoter. Whenever you play a hero character, gain 1 lore.
Ooh. So like if you're playing the bodyguard deck, a lot of the bodyguards are heroes.
A lot of 1-drops are heroes.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like looking right before we started recording, like the Kita, like in Amber, the Amber 1-drop Kita hero. So
it gives hero to a lot of random things.
Now I'm not a big fan of like big fancy combos that take a bunch of stuff to set up, but I like thinking about them. So
I'm not a fan,
here,
but
right?
I like thinking about them.
You play this guy on turn 4.
Or maybe potentially turn 3 if you have a Pluto.
Sure. Let's just say you're staying on regular curve.
Sure.
Let's say even you got really lucky. You shifted a Stitch on turn 3 up to Rockstar Stitch. Play this guy on turn 4. You now have 5 ink on turn 5 to.
Rockstar Stitch shifts at 4, not 3.
I thought it shifted at 3.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it's 4.
Okay. Well, let's say you play this guy on 4. You play your Rockstar Stitch on 5. You leave your characters be, and they survive to the next turn. And then you start playing all your 1-drop heroes. And you're just drawing cards and playing more 1-drop heroes.
Drawing cards, getting lore, drawing cards, getting lore, drawing cards, getting lore.
Yep. And you just get like 5 or 6 lore on your next turn.
Wow.
On your single turn.
And then when you quest with him,
questing.
Yeah, because when you quest with him, you get 2. When you quest with Rockstar Stitch, you get 2. And then if you play all those, you can have like.
3 when you quest with Rockstar
Oh, that's right.
So
you could get like 8,
10 lore.
10 lore, and on turn 6.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there is some I think this card is like it's very similar to Go, right? Because you play this like think even later in game when
Mhm.
when you're like up to 8 ink, right? You play this.
I don't get up to 8 ink.
People do,
Steel
okay?
Song doesn't really.
People get up to 8 ink.
Okay,
get
I
up to
do.
5.
I do sometimes when I'm playing. Sometimes, but rarely.
I get up to 5.
Yeah.
But
But
if
anyway.
you get up to a higher ink, you play this, and then you can play a bunch of 1-drops or even a couple of 2-drops, and get that couple extra lore.
I guess it's true because it's just when it's in play, not when it's dry.
Right. So,
So
it's instantly effective. You play.
I gotta
this
look and see
card,
how
and
many
you get
heroes I
more,
have.
Right. You have a lot because all the Robin Hoods are heroes.
Yeah, I know. So that's 8 heroes.
Beasts are heroes, right?
And this is also that
Vaquitas are heroes.
Yeah, Dad loves Phil. It's his favorite character.
Fun fact,
Really.
actually, because for the
The
first
first time
we played Wakana, Dad had the Sapphire War fell, and he kept. Wait, no, it was support.
No. So yeah, he had support, and like it was the first time we ever played. So like he just kept using the support, and we kept getting so mad at him for using support.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now we always make a joke when we see Phil, we're just like, oh, it's Dad's favorite card.
Yeah.
I like this.
This is
I like it.
good card, I
Finally,
think.
it's one that Mom likes.
I
Oh,
like-
it's because it's a teacher. It's like look on.
No, it's because it works well with my deck. But the only thing is, like what, like it would be. It's frustrating though because I know that what I would have to replace this with is my Rapunzel, and I hate doing it.
I think what we're seeing with this set, and I think so. A problem with that people have kind of with the format of Lorcana, right? Is that you get 50 minutes to play those 3 games, and a lot of times those games go long. This is the first set that they developed after developing the first 3. The first 3 were developed together. This was developed after they had seen those first 3 working together.
Mm-hmm.
It's still internal play testing. I don't think like these were already designed by the time the first set was released. But this is the first set. These games are kind of take a long time. So you're seeing more ways to gain lore without challenging, without fighting. I think the game is going to speed up quite a bit. And we're going to have to everyone's going to have their own way of gaining sneaky lore and driving up that score faster.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think we have to kind of prepare ourselves that our decks, the way they look right now, are definitely going to have to change to stay competitive because people are going to be able to get more lore faster.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna have a lot more aggressive decks that than we have seen so far.
We haven't seen a lot of removal in this set yet.
No. And
so I have to imagine that some is coming.
Mm-hmm.
Once it is, we'll take a look at it. We'll see what we can do.
I like this card. Next.
I believe this was my last card. This one just came out this afternoon.
Oh, okay. He just said that was the last.
That's the last card for the day. I don't want to go too crazy with the number of cards we go over because y'all kind of get tired and worn out. We'll look at another batch next week, and then the week after. So next week we should probably have most of the legendaries. We'll look at a lot of the legendaries next week, some more of the super rares. And then the following week, we'll look at some of the regular cards. There's one card I'm holding back for that because Emma, you're going to love it. No, not Alice. I don't think I've seen a single Alice
in
card.
Wonderland.
Yeah, man. What other Alice?
He's saying that he hasn't seen a single Alice in this new
Like
set.
a Alice in Wonderland card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he thought that you thought that he meant Alice. No. He thought that you meant Alice.
Just Alice, not like anybody from the movie.
No, it's not a specific one. It's one that would work great in your deck.
Oh.
Okay, I'm talking about working great in your deck.
Okay, which
All
is
right.
what you should be so excited about.
That's what I'm talking about. All right. If there are any Alice cards, I will make sure that we talk about them here, especially with your guys' show.
Okay.
Even if they're correct. We will talk about them
Because
If
every
there's
single
an Oswald card, make it at the end. Make it. Yeah.
Okay, so if I only have room for one more card,
Uh-huh.
right? And it's either an Alice card or an Oswald card. Which one do I pick?
Oswald?
So the rest we can't. The rest are all full. They're all full from cards from the Black Cauldron. We're gonna go over each and every single one in detail. So I only have one more card left, right?
It would be Oswald.
Black Cauldron.
What culprit?
Take out.
Because there's already a ton
Right.
of Alice in Wonderland cards in there.
There's okay.
How many Queen of Hearts cards are there?
Okay, not including the Queen of Hearts.
But Queen of Hearts is included because that is in Alice in Wonderland. All right.
Like 3 different Cheshire cats.
Yes.
2 different Alices.
2 different Alices.
Yes. So there's plenty.
And 1 Mad Hatter.
Mad Hatter, yeah. So.
Anyway.
I'm sure there will be more Alice in Wonderland cards soon. I don't know about the set. We'll find out as it comes up. So next week, more cards. Week after that, kind of draft specific cards. There'll be more commons and uncommons, the stuff that you're going to see. We saw a couple of common and uncommons today. Those are the ones you're probably for sure going to see during any draft.
Oh shoot! I just remembered something we forgot to talk about. That we pulled another enchanted card.
We pulled. Mom actually pulled the big enchanted Scrooge.
Yeah, I pulled the Scrooge this time, which is a card that we didn't have yet, so that we hadn't pulled before. So that's 2 weeks in a row that we pulled an enchanted, which is awesome.
I pulled one and Mom pulled one.
Even though he's technically
Yeah. I was gonna grab it and then Sammy moved it away from me.
It was mine. He gave it to me, but because it was Pirate Piglet and I'm a nice mother, I gave it to Malcolm. But that was the one that had the enchanted in it.
I then took it, locked it away, and put it on recycling. So they aren't using it anymore.
No, it doesn't matter, but it's still. But it was still fun because we hadn't seen one in a while.
Yeah.
So and it seemed like everybody else at our store was getting some.
It didn't happen too often with the pulling during the prize award party.
It was just random people going to buy cards.
Yes.
And then somebody literally pulled
it.
Elsa from a box 1.
Yeah.
From our
the
store.
big Elsa.
The big Elsa that's very, very
Enchanted.
expensive. The most expensive in the game, I
The
think.
enchanted.
Yes. I know.
Wait.
Well,
When I say
Elsa is worth more than Stitch.
when I say enchanted, you say Stitch. Enchanted.
Stitch.
Why? Anyway.
So when you're looking at the value of the cards right now, Elsa has gone for as much as $1,200. The Enchanted Stitch I think was going for around $600 right now, but odds are that one is going to increase.
Now that nobody can get them
Now
anymore.
that you can't get them from a championship anymore, you can't play for them. You can only buy them. The estimate is that there's 8,000 stitches out there or somewhere around there, and then there's probably more of the Elsas out there than there are stitches. So eventually that the stitch will probably eventually keep going up. I imagine the Elsa is going to go up in value. That's essentially the big chase card from the first set. I think it's always going to have some value in it, kind of like the Charizard from the original Pokemon set.
The
Or
shiny
Black
Charizard.
Cauldron.
You know which one I'm talking. The shiny Charizard. You know which one I'm talking about. You know which one I'm talking about. You know which one I'm talking about.
Okay, what?
Okay, that was interesting. Anyways, so that if you get that, that's a great find.
Yeah.
But anytime you get an enchanted, it is time to celebrate because enchanteds are wonderful.
Other than Pete. No one cares about the enchanted Pete.
Well, it's that and they like the enchanted locations.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, I got an enchanted. Oh, it's a location. Right, those are the enchanted Jafar I could sell right now for $200.
Mm-hmm.
The enchanted Scrooge McDuck I could sell right now for $150. Then the enchanted location is $6.
Wait, what was the last legacy?
That was a location. That's $60 probably.
Yeah, that's around $60 right now. We sold it for more. Because I was like, oh yeah, we gotta get rid of this as soon as possible because these are gonna die fast.
So I think it's trivia time.
Yes, we've reached the end of what we've covering with Ursula's return. We will return to Ursula next week. Right now, it is time for trivia from the Magic of Disney trivia game that features over 2,000 questions. They have different categories here. I haven't figured out what categories mean yet.
I don't think they're real categories. I think they're just randomly colored.
We could just look at the instructions, and that would probably tell us.
I think we did, and it doesn't say anything.
Cold day in the Fantasia underworld. I do that. Okay, first question. Actress Kristen Chenoweth plays what character in the first Descendants movie?
Do you want to be evil?
Oh, that's Maleficent.
Maleficent.
Yes.
Because she's also.
No. It's the other one.
Next to it.
It's popular. I'm gonna be popular. That one.
Yeah. And she's kind of next question. In Finding Dory,
Yes.
the Marine Life Institute is home to a rescued whale shark and beluga whale named what?
Destiny and
No.
Bailey.
Bailey. Good job,
I
Emmett.
thought it was
That was a multiple choice question.
Oh, Destiny and Bailey.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I already got Destiny and Bailey.
what was the other choices? I want to hear.
We had Luke and Rudder, Charlie and Jenny. I believe that's her
Those
parents.
are her parents.
Deb and Flo.
So who
those
are
are the
Deb and
seals.
Flo?
Those are
No, Deb is the seagull.
no Deb and Flu are
Deb and Flo were from
Deb and Flu were from Finding Dory. One
Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo. One was her
Yes.
reflection.
Deb was the one where her reflection was Flo.
Right.
And from Finding Nemo.
And then Luke and Rudder, I don't know.
I don't know what that is. But anyway, yes, it's Destiny and Bailey.
Okay, so here is probably this one or the last one, the harder one on this. Eleanor Audley voiced which two classic villain characters?
Eleanor Audley.
What the hell?
It's a voice actor.
That's what I figured, but it's not a singer because I know like all the singing actresses from when we listened to the Disney radio Disney station. I'm thinking maybe Maleficent and maybe the Evil Queen because I'm guessing it's older. It sounds like an older name. I'm gonna guess that. I'm gonna say Maleficent and the Evil Queen. I know it's not Ursula.
I'm going to say that too.
Listen
to Lucana. What Lucana villains are there? There's
you have one correct.
Okay, so
Queen of Hearts.
maybe Queen. Well, so let's think of So let's think if anybody sounds like either the Evil Queen or Maleficent, because he said one of them is correct. So in the older movies, we have Queen of Hearts. You're right. What other?
Wait a minute. Evil Queen does sound like Queen of Hearts a little bit.
So want to do that? Evil Queen and Queen of Hearts?
Yeah. Wait. I just realized.
Do we still have one? Okay, we have two.
Maleficent.
Do we have zero? Okay, it's Maleficent and somebody else.
It's Maleficent and Queen of Hearts. Those sound.
No, he said that that Queen of Hearts was wrong. Okay, we're pausing. Let Malcolm think. Go ahead, Malcolm.
Lady Tremaine.
What if it's Cruella?
Could be Cruella.
Cruella and Maleficent?
Yeah.
Or it could be Lady Tremaine.
I'm gonna say
Lady Tremaine.
They both sound more evil.
Okay, so Lady Tremaine and Maleficent.
I'm doing Cruella.
Yeah. Good job, awesome. All right.
Next question. What does Ray think the stars in the sky?
What's her name? Eileen.
Evangeline.
The fireflies. One of the fireflies.
They're fireflies after they pass. They're like that's where Evangeline is.
The dead fireflies.
Yeah, they're fireflies.
Yeah.
They're fireflies that just fly up into the sky.
Yeah, like they don't die; they just fly up in the sky.
But when Ray dies, he.
What do you mean? Whoa! What do you mean it's a Disney movie? Lion King, Bambi, but people don't die.
This would be like mass genocide. Those were all fireflies.
Think about how many fireflies died every day in real life.
We're not supposed to think about that when we're watching Disney movies.
But we're supposed to think about Mufasa dying
and Bambi's mother.
No, you're talking about different movies. In this movie, you're supposed to think about, hey, those are funny frogs. And, I want some beignets.
I want some beignets.
Beignets and frogs. That is the theme of that
I
movie.
like how he's like, it's a Disney movie. They don't die.
There's over 20,000 deaths in Disney movies. And what about Mulan, huh?
Yeah, what about Mulan? They're fighting a literal war, Matt.
And Treasure Planet.
What about Finding Nemo when all of his babies die?
Yeah.
Marlin's babies and his wife die.
Those were eggs.
Okay, we're not even getting started on that.
Okay.
No.
So maybe
time out.
Everyone and also sorry. So every once in a while, maybe there's some death in Disney movies.
Maybe there's okay. But anyway, so Fireflies was the correct answer.
Yeah, it's Fireflies. Sure.
Thanks. Thanks.
Okay. Next.
All right.
Because according to Timon, they were. What did Timon think they? Well, Timon thought they were fireflies too, didn't he?
Yeah. Timon thought they were fireflies.
Yeah, and then Poopa thought they were big, like big Dash's balls,
So
and
what
Timon
you're-
goes, "No, that's stupid."
So what you're saying
And
is
that
Lady
Timon?
and the Frog takes place in the same universe as The Lion King.
That's correct.
Also, all Pixar movies take place in the same universe.
Oh, we already knew that.
We're not even talking about a Pixar movie. This is Disney stuff.
I know. Okay, what's the next question? Next question.
I thought that was it.
This episode's gone on too long.
There's
Okay,
one
one more.
last question. In Zootopia,
Yes.
if you guys get this, I'll be very impressed. I don't know if there's any way you can.
Popsicle.
You think I would say that at the end was popsicle?
Yes.
All right, come on, Dad.
In Zootopia,
Mhm.
how many people die? No, just kidding. In Zootopia, they're not people, they're animals. Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde team up when who goes missing?
Oh, it's Emmett. Emmett. It's Emmett. It's Emmett.
I mean, that is not the answer on the back of the card.
Oh wait, no.
It's
Isn't it? I thought it was the gangster's daughter.
Gangster's daughter.
Like the mouse, the little mouse gangster, his little daughter.
No.
But yeah, I thought it was Emmett. I thought it was Emmett too.
It's Emmett Otterson.
Emmett the Otterson. Emmett Otterson.
Emmett what?
Otterson, the otter.
Okay, so it's Mr. Otter.
Oh, Otterton.
His
His
first
first name
name's
is Emmett.
I'm sorry, that's not on the card, and I don't know.
Yeah, it's Emmett
I've never heard
Otterton.
that name before.
Yeah,
So.
it's Emmett Otterton. That's what I thought. Yeah, that's the whole point of the movie is Emmett Otterton
Did you
goes
think
missing.
we could say Emmett was missing?
I don't know
Like
who
this,
you're
Emmett?
talking about. I don't know the names of the characters.
Yeah, I was like, it's Emmett the Otter.
I know two characters. I know Judy Hopps
And Nick
and
Wilde.
Nick Wilde.
You know three. You know Mr. Weasel. You know Weaselton.
Oh, right,
Duke Weaselton.
So I know three characters. I now have four. So I did not know his first name.
You also know. What's his name? Is it Dash the sloth?
Sloth.
What's his name?
Dash.
No, it's not Dash. Is it?
Thank you.
It's another. I don't think it's.
Holding
It's
the
another thing that means like a fast.
elevator.
It's something that means fast. It's Flash. That's what it is. It's Flash.
I didn't know his name.
Flash is the name of the sloth. I think Dad needs to watch Zootopia again.
I don't know.
It is an amazing movie.
It's such a great movie.
It's all right.
It's about a buddy and a fox who rescued Otto.
And it's got like a banger of a song in it.
And Oswald the Lucky Rabbit takes an Easter egg in it.
Is there some like inventor that comes along and like eats his popsicle and then gives them 2 cards?
No. There was a mouse that eats it though. No, not mouse. Yeah, actually mice eat it.
Yes, the little.
That's not sanitary.
But you make the mouse eat it. What's his name from Locana that eats all the popsicles?
Hiram.
Yeah.
Hiram is a mouse. He's from the Great Mouse Detective. He's a mouse. So mice eat the popsicle. Okay, I think that's enough for this week. For this week's episode.
You know we're in trouble when Emmett is the voice of reason.
This is enough for this.
So let's bring this episode to a close. I want to thank you all for joining me once again.
Joining us once again.
I was thanking you guys for
Oh, I thought you meant them.
I'm talking to you guys. Talking to people in the room.
Oh.
Now I'm gonna. So thanks to you. Thanks to my family for joining us.
For joining you.
If you could even get past this episode.
Thanks to all of you who are listening. If you like what you have listened to or seen, please like, subscribe, rate. If you didn't like us, just go watch Zootopia.
And look for the Oswald.
And look for the hidden Oswald, I guess.
And look for Emmett.
Anyways, please like, follow, subscribe, rate, whatever you do. Tell people about us, retweet about us, anything. We are QuestLore. You can email us any questions at QuestloreQuestions@gmail.com. If you happen to be listening to this as an audio podcast and are like, man, I wish I could see those cards or at least see people's faces while they're talking, you can catch a video version on YouTube. If you are watching us on YouTube and are wishing the exact opposite and wish you couldn't see our faces, there is an audio version of this podcast available on all major podcast platforms, Spotify, whatever else there is. Go ahead and give us a listen there. Thank you so much for listening. We have been QuestLore. We will talk.
Beware of
Next
Ursula. Oswald the Lucky Rabbit for Lorcana.